Hi guys, welcome back to MK Sportscars. Well, back to the workshop. We've had a few different videos going on with test drives and everything else. So there's quite a bit to get through this week actually, but I'm going to start off with cars for sale. First of all, so if you're looking to get yourself into a kit, don't want to build it at home, instant gratification, we've still got a little bit of summer sunshine going on, track day stuff. Then we've got a few cars still for sale. We've got the Dax Rush with a Hayabusa engine in. Most of these are on our website anyway. You can have a look at a bit more detail in that, or if you need to know more information about any of these cars, you can come down and see us at the factory or give us a phone call. So the Dax Rush with a booster, it's got a Gen 1 booster, really tidy. In fact, all of the cars are tidy. Don't even bother saying that, Sean. They're all really, really nice cars. Dax Rush. Then we got the MK Ind R, and that's got the awesome Honda S2000 engine in. And then we've also got still here, we've got the Cup 200, which is it's a road legal Cup 200, which is eligible for our championship as well. And that's got flat shift, upshift, all the nice bells and whistles and everything else. Again, all the details for these cars, if you go into the website of MK Sportscars, you'll see them on the cars for sale section. And there is also some videos, I do believe, on all of these, isn't there, Lewis? Test drive videos on YouTube, so you can actually see the cars in action. So now, let's get into the workshop. Right, so first up, we've got hashtag Peter's car here. New build, Hayabusa engine 1. So it's running a cup-based chassis, but with some sprinkle on the booster engine here. This is a RLM engine. Worked with them in collaboration, Peter has as well. This is a 1440 booster engine. This will make somewhere in the region of 240 horsepower. It's got upgraded everything inside, even the longer 5th and 6th gear as well. We're just putting on the drive-by-wire Gen 3 throttle bodies as well, so it's got the fuel rail, all the setup that we work with RLM. Different injectors, different fuel rail, the billet adapters, all the drive-by-wire. The drive-by-wire motor part is there, so the cable comes in and it will be linked into this with a wiring loom. Yeah, so all of that's in. We've got all the prop shaft, the two-piece prop shaft running through in, the wiring starting to go in, steering column. So this is our IVA compliant collapsible steering column that we use, so that it's from a safety point of view that it impacts on both ways. This part collapses on itself, which is really nice. You've seen it before, but also billet padded box, nicely detailed down in there with all the MK logos on it. It looks really smart. Then we move round. It's got all the sump system on it. We've got the wet sump system on this. It's hard to see the picture of it, but race proven, track proven, total awesome bit of kit that basically negates the need for any kind of dry sump system really. All the wiring and sensors are in, things like fuel pressure and all of those sensors are in. We've got our header tank and catch tank setup here, which we use as standard now. All the brackets is all mounted, and all our, it's our cup setup basically. Radiators, which is a 70mm core and a 34 row oil cooler. More than sufficient cooling package for this. All our inboard suspension has been mounted. Then we go on to the front end. Look at this, there's so much going on this car. We've got all the our new billet front uprights with the brackets, with a 265mm disc, so it's rather large, with the aluminium hubs, wheel calipers on here. We've got a very nice quick rack on here. We've got the 2.2 quick rack on here as well, so customers going to use this road and track work, so it'd be nice to have the slightly quicker steering rack. And then moving along to the rear end, just in the centre here, you can see where we mount, you don't see it that often, where we mount the electric reverse motor with a sprocket. So bike engines for IVA. I'm not teaching you out, guys, we've probably said over it again, but you need it for IVA compliances, and also some racing regulations require you to have reverse still. And then the basic setup in the back here, it's proven solution, our fabricated rear uprights, billet bearing carriers, we've got the Sierra brakes on the rear, our fuel tank set up with all our fuel pump and our breather system in here, all nicely dialed in. We have an internal pump with pressure regulators and filters all mounted in the tank as well. 3.14 ratio diff with an LSD in here as well, so it's gearing this car slightly more because it's got more power. This car will do well north of 140 miles an hour. Shouldn't be a problem at all with that 1440 in it, 240 horsepower, so it's pretty good. And right away through, all new brand new drive shaft. We're just putting the handbrake cables in now, linking them up. And remember guys, if you're running the Sierra caliper with 13-inch wheels, make sure you get the 3 coil springs as well to clearance on the alloy wheels, which we sell, which If you don't know, hook us up, phone call, email, we can talk you through those, but they're available on our website for anybody who's updating from going from 15-inch wheels to 13-inch wheels. So yeah, a few other little bits are in. We've got the gear lever, and we've got to put the linkage in, but the linkage we've got to sort out because it has a strain gauge on it for the flat shift, because this is going to have full flat, up and downshift on this with auto blip. So nice bit of kit, nice bit of kit. So that's hashtag Peter's car. Neil just reminded me, bodywork's all been dry fitted, but that's gone off for paint. Not going to tell you colour, you'll have to wait and see. Next up we have hashtag Yoshifumi's build, which is another booster build. We love a booster here. So what's going on with this? Well, we're on with all the bodywork fitment. So a lot of stuff's been done on this particular car. We've dry fitted all the bodywork. Everything has been fitted from side panels, nose cone. So nose cone is down here ready. We're just going to put it away, but I've left it out. This will get packaged away, but all this fitment's been done. Bonnet, scuttle, all the rear wings have been fitted, but all the rear lights all been done. We have templates for those anyway, so everything's all fitted on that. And the side panels, and now we're on with the front end. So we've got the inboard front suspension, we've got the steering rack, wishbones going on, same as the other build we was talking about, and the headlight brackets with the all-in-one, all built in with the indicators going to here. And then we're on with, again, same as hashtag Peter's car, steering column, same one, pedal box, it has all these braided brake lines right the way through the car. On both builds we do that, we do the braided brake lines right the way through, all the way through, and the rear of the car. We're on with mocking the seats up and the interior panels, and we've mocked up all the bodywork, same as we would have done on Peter's car, but Peter's has been off for paint. This one's in orange and black. Boot box is being fitted at the moment, but I'll show you the rear end again. And you see a familiar pattern really, which is the same sort of setup really. Fuel pump, fuel tank, differential, but a 338 in this. And all the rear end again, all bolted up, billet aluminium, fabricated up by its Protect shocks, all in. And we have the engine ready. This is actually poised, ready to go in. Another RLM engine. They are the go-to guys, but I'm going to say hashtag best in the business at booster stuff really. So his name is on there. So that really nice tidy engine, stock booster, but all done for reliability. So that's going to be a stonking bit of kit. We've got things like the fuel caps all into the fuel pipe. All the bodywork as it's fitted, we've got the nice aluminium fuel cap that's in there, fits nice and clean in there as well. And next up then it'll be a few other bits in the bodywork before we get to the steering column. He's got a few other little bits, so it'll be wiring, ECUs and the engine going in. So quite a bit going on. All the floor pans and all that's been done, and we do on these, on the interior here, you can feel the difference because these are sort of carpet lined on the inside here to stop the vibration. Just gives it a nicer finish than a bare panel, because it's like a drum, isn't it? But it's brilliant. So it really does quieten it down in there. And then we're fitting the aluminium interior panel set next before it's complete mock-up, and then it'll do that for final install. So yeah, hashtag Yoshifumi's build, progressing nicely. Right, next up in the build, which we haven't, well, I've been a bit slack showing you this because we've had so much else going on with videos and test drives and everything else, is the Sprint 185 model, which is going to be, this is the new demo car we're building here. You've shown you before the engine going in and all the other components going in, but obviously it's accelerated quite a bit more. And if you are going to the Newark show, which is only about a week away now, if you're going there, we will have this in this, not in this state, hopefully finished with all its accessories and bits on there. We've got a week, we'll get there in a week, we'll get there with it, all working. So where are we at this moment in time? Well, you've seen the front end gone on, shown you on the other car, it's exactly the same setup, but all the billet uprights, same front end, steering rack, radiator setup and everything else is similar. We don't run an oil cooler. This is a road car primarily, so we're not going to be running a road car. There is options if you want to put one on, if you want an oil cooler on it and things like that. It's a road car though, so we don't envisage needing that in any way, so we'll work on that. The Durapower engine in 2 litre, should be producing around about 100, which is why it's called a Sprint 185, 185 horsepower. We've got a set of Gen V throttle bodies on here, a set of 45s as well, so they're nice, and we're running this on a coilover plug system on here, and this will run through to the ME221 ECU, all mounted up. Most of this is all wired up now. We're ready for sort of almost for first spark. Basically all the sensors are in, everything else done. We've got an oil temperature, oil pressure, That's all, it's actually come up to pressure, we've checked that under there. All the custom alternators in for this particular one, engine mounts all done, exhaust system all in. This has a catalytic converter inside the silencer, and the lamp sensor here is already in. Now, a lot of wiring, still some bits to do, but most of it's in. Got a little bit of tidying up, tiny bit to do on that, but all the instruments are in with the dashboard, relay stuff, and a battery kill switch, which is always nice to save your battery over the winter. We've got some custom plates, so this is normally where, if you're running coil and plug, you normally have a coil pack here, and we've made a nice little blanking plate with the MK logo in here just to sort of whiz it up a little bit. And we've just got, while we're here, coolant lines to be finished off, just running round in that section. But this is all in, pedals, brakes, so we've got a 2-litre Durapower engine mated to a brand new 5-speed Mazda MX-5 gearbox. Brand new clutch, everything else flyable, all new custom prop shaft in there because it has to be modified for the length that we use. And then inside we've got a pretty stripped out interior, but we've got a couple of luxuries, a little bit of carpet, padded centre tunnel top, and the dashboard is in and operational now, so it's our gauges, which has got the new logo on as well. They look pretty trick, I will say. Let's give it some power. Here we go. So these are all in, we do the lights, so lights all on, these all light up nicely now, hazards, everything's working, so they're all good. We've got a standard gauge of fuel, water and oil, and what we've done on this particular one, we've got a switch that goes from water temperature to oil temperature, so we can have out is normal water, press the button in and we'll get out oil temperature, so it's sort of 2-in-1 gauge rather than having a split dial. It's something you can do, so we turn that off. And then GLP seats to go in. We've got all the new bodywork all fitted in the nice red. Something we've not done a red demo before, and we thought so it's something. It's going to have some different coloured wheels and different coloured stripes, which if you're going to the show you'll get to see it for the first time, and I think it's going to look pretty trick actually. Now on the rear we've got the new higher spec roll cage, which is basically the rear end of our, it's like RAC spec basically, roll hoop as well, so it's slightly taller. For the taller people out there, we've got all that in, looks really trick. The carbon vinyl boot cover that matches the dashboard and all the centre tunnel. And on the rear end, very, very similar to the rear end you see on them, it's pretty much the same thing. We've got the same fuel pump set up with a 3-bar pressure regulator in there, actually though, don't need to run 4. Sierra differential with all the new drivetrain, new rear uprights, brakes, everything else, handbrake cables all in. Fuel cap, fuel pipe all fitted as well, and the LED light pack. But something different we've come up with. I like things being clean and simple. I don't really like the trailer lights that are on the market. We like the things that can look, so we've come up with this little module here, which is, this is a prototype one, but 3D printed. We've got the other ones, they should be arriving literally as we speak probably. This is all in one, so it's your fog light, which is E-marked for IVA, and inside here is going to be a little LED light for your number plate light as well. So it's an all-in-one little module. 3D printing, we'll be selling them as a package, which will come with the fog light and the LED light, so it really cleans up the back end. Now you can fit it here. You could turn it around and fit it in the middle, which is why we tried to design it, or you could mount it on the plate underneath here, as long as for IVA it needs to be 250mm from the floor in terms of height. That's your minimum height requirement. But so it can fit here, it can fit on a bracket here like we used to do with existing number plate lights, or you could rotate it, mount it in the middle with a number plate underneath as well. So there's a couple of little options. I think it's neat, clean, tidy, it'll work effectively, and I like the fact that I always like matching when you've got a clear lens light pack that we're doing on that. So it's something new we've come up with as a design, keeping it simple. Hope you like that. If you do, give us a thumbs up, and yeah, then you know they'll be in stock soon, you'll be able to order them, so that'd be awesome as well. So all of that's done really, it's looking rather sharp, so it should be on for its first start probably by the end of play today, to be honest with, while we're filming. but we try to keep it clean, try to keep it simple. These will be sold in module packs as well, the Sprint 185, directly for you to build it at home, or we can factory build them here for you. We've actually got over there already on the shelf, 2 over there, Durapower engines in crates straight away, brand new crate engines, so it'll be a brand new everything. The only thing we do is recondition as new is the differential, but everything else in that car is brand new, designed for that model. So looking forward to drive that. 185 horsepower, I think that's going to be the sweet spot. Don't you think, Lewis? Yeah. Oh, it's a booster bike, just kicking about ready for an engine to come out. I wonder what that's going in. So yeah, that's it really. Get ready. We're going to be doing the stripe pack and everything else, and we do the unveil at the Newark Kit Car Show. So if you're interested in this model or any of the other models of the range, come down to the Newark show or see us in the factory, or the open day, which I'll spend to you at the end, which is October the 5th, and you can see what these cars are all about. Right, so what else is going on? Well, when this video lands, the following weekend, so the 21st of September, we have the Newark show. We will be exhibiting there, and you'll be able to see the Durapower car there, the new addition to the family, and also the RX-5 Turbo. Now this one's set on keel, ready to go, so if you're looking to come down, you want to have a test drive, go out in the car, see what it's all about, the Mazda RX-5 base kits, we can talk you through that. But if you can't get down here and you want to come to the show, which will be amazing to see you guys there, you can come and see these cars in the flesh. So Newark, remember, book your tickets, come down, it's going to be an amazing day. Last year was a great show, even though the weather was inclement. This year's looking like it could be better. If you've got a kit car, get down there in there, we'd love to see you there. Other events that are coming up, we have our open day, the final one of the year. That's on Saturday, the October of the 5th of this month, where we're going to have a special little car here actually, and possibly a special guest. So keep an eye on that on the socials, and we'll update you in the next week of what that's going to be, because we'd love to see you down here. If you're a petrol head, you'll be into this 100%. That's it for this week, guys. Hope to see you at Newark and at our open day, and we'll see you next time. Catch you next week, guys. Like, share, subscribe.